Dun Shows World.
Welcome to Shows World Gamers, Josh here, and as this week draws to a close, I wanted to take a moment to look at this week's biggest news stories, this week's gaming announcements, and this week's new video game releases. But if this is your first time on the channel, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button to join in on the fun. Alright gamers, let's kick off this week in review with a few news stories. Now, in some awesome news, the on-again, off-again Knights of the Old Republic remake that seemed all but dead just a few months ago appears to have once again been resurrected. Though it does not appear to be coming anytime soon, Saber Interactive did take the game when it was split off from Embracer Group, and the CEO stated while speaking with IGN that the game is alive and well. Now, as March came to an end, so did longtime head of PlayStation Jim Ryan's highly successful run as CEO, as he has now officially retired from the company. Though he did make some last-minute big news in an interview when asked about his legacy. When listing off company accomplishments, he mentioned the number of PlayStation 2 consoles Sony sold being 160 million, a much higher number than the previously reported 155 million. Now, this garnered news online as the Nintendo Switch closes in on these sales numbers, as the PlayStation 2 is currently the best-selling console of all time. Next up, let's take a look at some gaming announcements. Now, Predator Hunting Ground received an announcement as current gen versions are releasing later this year for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series systems. The game is an immersive multiplayer asymmetric shooter set in the jungles of South America, where you can play as the Predator as you hunt the humans, or you can play as members of the fire team as you attempt to complete tasks while being hunted by the Predator. Also, Eternal Strands had a reveal trailer this week that showed off what is looking like a very promising project coming from Yellow Brick Games. The game is an action-adventure game coming to the PlayStation 5, the PC, and Xbox Series systems. You will take control of Bryn, a magical warrior searching for the Enclave, a lost center of magical wonders, and the boss battles in this game are looking really cool. Definitely a game I'm going to keep on my radar. Alright gamers, normally we like to finish up with this week's new video game releases, but this is an extremely light week for game releases. Not a lot was released this week, but there was one indie game that really caught my eye, and that is Freedom Planet 2. It is releasing this week on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, the PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems. This indie game series is heavily inspired by the Sonic the Hedgehog classic games, and the sequel is a momentum-based combat side-scroller with colorful characters and more giant robots than ever as you return to the vibrant world of Avalice to battle an ancient threat. And if you're a fan of those classic Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog games, I highly suggest giving this game a shot. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. Alright gamers, that concludes this week in review for the week ending on April 5th. The week started with news coming from director Jeff Fowler via Twitter that filming has officially wrapped on the third Sonic the Hedgehog movie as it prepares for its release later this year on December 20th. Then, the awesome life-size, real-life Gundam mech that you could actually visit at the Yokohama Gundam factory in Japan officially closed down. And the week ended with reports that the long-awaited Hollow Knight Silksong release date announcement may finally be imminent, as a rating in Korea was spotted and reported by Gematsu. But let me know anything we may have missed in the comments, and thanks for joining us today gamers. Shows World, out.